Asian equities are poised for a mixed opening as traders continue to look for clues of any breakthrough in Washington's stagnant negotiations to avert a U.S. default. And while Japan and Hong Kong futures pointed to early gains, Australian stocks were set to open flat. That's after the U.S. stock market traded in a tight range, with equities making small gains ahead of a meeting between President Joe Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Both factions have been sending mixed signals, while Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen reiterated Greg Gorman, figuring that fascist cities can fast, and most communist reasons for studies that fill that limit. And Asia investors will be watching for signs that the move by China's central bank to inject more long-term liquidity into the financial system for the 6th month maybe finally deliver a post-pandemic boost to economic growth. The mood is different in Japan, with Goldman Sachs Group Inc. saying solid fundamentals and expectations for structural changes justify a bullish stance on the nation's equities as the TOPIX approaches its highest level since August 1990. Meanwhile, the Reserve Bank of Australia is due to release minutes of its May interest rate meeting, which may offer new clues on the nation's interest rate path as much as the developed world continues to battle high inflation. Australian bonds fell in early trading. U.S. stocks fell earlier Monday as data showed New York manufacturing plunged the most since April 2020. This week's figures will likely underscore more economic weakness, emboldening the Fed's for dollish voices, even though inflation has failed to reassure, according to Anna Wong at Bloomberg Economics. 2 Federal Reserve officials indicated they favored pausing rate hikes. Results from retailers such as Giant Walmart Inc. will also be highly scrutinized over the next 2 days. There's little conviction on either side as the market continues to digest earnings, a slew of economic data, and finger-pointing in Washington regarding the debt ceiling discussion, said Craig Johnson, chief market technician at Piper Sandler. To Chris Larkin at E-Trade from Morgan Stanley, it's fair to ask whether the low equity volatility suggests the market is being too complacent, especially after the S&P's 500 matched its narrowest non-holiday weekly range since August 2021. A debt default may not be the most likely scenario, but any prolonged debate or unexpected development has the potential to trigger higher volatility. He noted. JP Morgan Chase & Co.'s Marko Kolanovic joined a chorus of Wall Street strategists Monday morning that the U.S. debt ceiling impasse is yet another headwind threatening the outlook for equity markets. Morgan Stanley's Mike Wilson delivered a similar warning on the debt ceiling deadline, noting the bank's clients said the issue is unlikely to be resolved without some near-term volatility. Meanwhile, BlackRock Investment Institute's John Boyven and Wei Li said they expect a potential debt showdown to trigger renewed volatility. And also key events this week, China retail sales, industrial production, Tuesday, Eurozone GDP, Tuesday, U.S. retail sales, industrial production, business inventories. Tuesday, Fed speakers include Cleveland's Loretta Mester, New York's John Williams, Atlanta's Raphael Bostic, and Chicago's Austin Goolsbee. Tuesday, Eurozone CPI. Wednesday, and also does not consist on as well as their keynote speech. And card day's over because it's still look at the bitch. How different to stop U.S. housing starts Wednesday. U.S. initial jobless claims, Conference Board leading index, existing home sales. Thursday, Japan's CPI. Friday, ECB President Christine Lagarde participates in panel at Brazil Central Bank Conference. Friday, in New York, Fed's John Williams speaks at Monetary Policy Research Conference in Washington. Fed Chair Jerome Powell and former Chair Ben Bernanke to take part in panel discussion. Friday, some of the main moves in markets. Hang Seng futures rose 1.1% as of 8:17 a.m. Tokyo time. Nikkei 221 futures rose 0.6%. S&P ASX 200 futures were little changed. S&P 500 futures were little changed. The S&P 500 rose 0.3% Monday. NASDAQ 100 futures were little changed. The NASDAQ 100 rose 0.5%. NASDAQ, the Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index was little changed. The euro was little changed at $1.876. The British pound rose 0.6% to 1.2530. The Japanese yen, was little changed at 136 per dollar. The offshore yuan was little changed and 6.965 per dollar. Bitcoin fell 0.2% to $27,303.59. And Ether fell 0.2% to $1,822. 76 cents and the Federation. Okay. If the yield on 10-year treasuries advanced 4 basis points to 3.5%. Australia's 10-year yield advanced 4 basis points to 3.47%. West Texas Intermediate crude rose 0.5% to 71.43 cents a barrel. And spot gold was little changed. This story was produced with the assistance of Bloomberg Automation,